Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and new uploading day is today, so I gotta upload my 2 videos today, so yeah. Beast Quest and Great Dragon Book. Today we're gonna read the 5th chapter of Beast Quest, Sepron the Sea Serpent. We're already halfway through the 2nd book. And I just started on the 2nd book on the 4th series. Did I mention that I've read this series before? And now I'm reading it to you guys. So, yeah, I've read it before and I wanted to make YouTube videos of it because nobody else is actually, reading Beast Quest on YouTube, so. And I wanted to make the Great Dragon Book series because I wanted to. Alright. Here we go! The 5th chapter of Beast Quest. Sepron the Sea Serpent. On with the quest. Tom and Elena stepped on the floor on one of the cottages. Tom chose a spot near the door so he and Elena could sneak out without disturbing anyone. He woke to feel Elena shaking him by the shoulder. "Come on," she whispered. "It's time." But there is an exclamation point. Oh, whatever. Faint gray light was leaking through the shuttered window into the cottage. Tom rose to his feet, careful not to make a noise, and edged open the door. He and Elena crept outside. The sky was glowing pale above the trees. Tom could make out the dark shape of Storm grazing further up the hill. Silver came bounding out of the trees and snuffled at Elena's hand. "Shh, boy," she murmured. Tom saw that the floodwater had almost disappeared during the night. More of the cottages had appeared. The boat was where they had left it. But now it lay at the top of the long slope covered with debris. Debris? Oh no! Elena's eyes were wide with shock. How will we get the boat down to the water? The boat was small, but it was strongly built. Straining together, Tom and Elena could barely lift it. "This is no good," Tom panted, setting it down again. "If we could find some rope, we could tie it to Storm and let him drag it." No, Tom," Elena protested. "Look how rocky the slope is. We'd risk smashing another hole in it." Tom gazed down at the boat. They were so close, but without a boat, they could never be able to reach Sepron. "One more try?" he said to Elena. "We've got to shift it." They both stood down and gripped the upturned boat at the bow and the stern. The front and back of the boat. Then a shot came from the cottage they had left. "Hey, what do you think you're doing?" Tom let go of the boat and straightened up. Colum was coming out of the cottage. He strode towards Tom and Elena. Tom ran to meet him. "Colum, don't wake everyone, please. We can explain." Colum's face was dark with anger. "I thought you wanted to help us. Now it looks as if you're trying to steal our boat." "We only want to borrow it," Elena pleaded. My father said no." Tom hesitated. To his relief, none of the other villagers had been disturbed by Colum's shoot. If only he could persuade Colum. But he knew that he shouldn't tell anyone about his beast quest. That would only spread panic. "I need the boat for something really important," he began. Colum was giving him a thoughtful look now. It was the way he had looked at Tom's shield after it had turned inside the flames. Then he glanced out to sea. "I think I can guess," he said. "I thought there was something strange when I saw what you did with your shield." He paused and then added, "You remind me of someone." "Who?" Tom asked. "A man who rode through here a long time ago. He looked just like you." Tom's heart began to thump painfully. Could it have been his father? What was his name?" he asked, gripping the boy's shoulders. Colm shook his head. "He didn't say. He just told us he was on a quest." He paused, then said, "I think you might be on the quest too." Tom was sure that the stranger must have been his father, Teledon. He asked to know more about him. He wanted to ask about every detail of his stay in the village, but there was no time. The sky was rising brighter. Soon the villagers would be up and about, and he couldn't tell Colum his secret, even though he had almost guessed it for himself. He held the boy's gaze steadily. Elena didn't say a word, though Silver whined softly. I gotta go get something. Go get my drink. I think that closet door just got off the sliding thing. I'll fix it later. He wanted to ask about every detail of his stay in the village, but already read that. After a moment, Colum gave a brisk nod. All right, I'll help you move the boat. The three of them managed to lift the boat and carry it down the hill. With the flood water almost gone, they waded across the pebbly beach until the sea was deep enough to launch the boat. Tom and Elena scrambled on board. Silver yelped eagerly and tried to follow. "No, boy," Elena said, ruffling the thick fur around his neck. "You can't come this time." "I'll look after him," Colum promised. And your horse?" He rested his hand on the silver's head. The wolf looked up at him and let out a mournful whine. "We'll be back soon," Thomas said. Tom gave Silver a last pat, then Elena lashed the oars and gave one to Tom. They began rowing out to sea. Back on the beach, Colum stood knee-deep in water with Silver at his side. He raised a hand. "Good luck," he called. "Thanks," Tom muttered. Looking at Elena, "We're going to need it." And that was chapter 5. I'm gonna show you all the artwork. Here is Tom, Elena, and Colin pushing the boat to the water with Silver's pursuit, and here is Tom saying goodbye to Silver. I almost forgot his name. And yeah, that was chapter 5. The only chapters are left are 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I believe we are halfway done with this chapter. And I will fix that closet door before I make the next video. Because my glass of juice and water is behind this door. So yeah, I have to fix that before I can make the next video. So the next video is going to be the plant dragon of the Great Dragon Book. How do you guys like my new uploading day? I did make a video updating you guys about it, so my new uploading day is Saturday. And not Wednesday like my laundry day. Well, I hope you guys like my videos, and I hope you guys subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I hope you guys check out my DeviantArt, Dragon Master Mario. Excuse me. And I hope I will see you in the next one. Alright. Have a lovely day. See ya.